It is Tuesday, March 3rd. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. You have to point to the sign, SP3. You have to point to Elsa back there, or Mickey and Donald and Goofy. Who else is there? Pluto. And that's the only Pluto on the other one. You got the Frozen. You got the Mickey back there. It's point to the sign season, everybody. And it's bury your relative season, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we hit the stage where we are burying people next to their relatives. I hope Christian Cage got his copyright fee for that.
We'll talk about Monday Night Raw, everyone, including the final segment and everything else that happened on that show. We'll do a little weekend recap as well, because I'm sure SP3 will have more to say about New Japan and AEW than Joel did, because I don't think Joel actually watches either of those shows.
And he just smiles. He just smiles as you talk about all the wrestling that he saw. Is like, I saw that one match from an independent show that was in Canada. I saw that one match.
He does keep up on the Canadian independent scene. I will give him that. No one covers the Canadian independent scene like Joel Pearl. I will give him that much. He's got us there. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit of basketball, a little bit of everything. You know how this show works by this point, everyone. We talk about everything on this show. And some people don't like when we talk about everything. You know what I have to say to those people? I will bury them. Not next to their relatives, though. I hope all their relatives are alive, happy, healthy, and all that stuff. I'll bury them with words. And I'm not kidding. We're not friends. We're not working. Don't talk about real life issues in a kayfabe world to try to break
in the fourth wall.
People are getting personal out here, SP3. You know it's WrestleMania season when everyone's like, what can we do to enhance all of this stuff since we haven't told any good stories all year? What real life drama can we bring into all of this stuff?
That's what's happening. Oh man, and I was enjoying it. Like I was tweeting yesterday, like, oh, I'm liking this stuff. I'm liking, Rhea and Jade going back and forth. But I was like, I agree with what I heard yesterday. I agree with you when he was like, what was the point of bringing up the creative thing? Do you have nothing else to say about Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley, like. You can talk about her being more of a sex symbol than a great wrestler. You could talk about, you only got this famous because of Dominic Mysterio. All of that is in the constructs of, you're breaking a fourth wall, but you're keeping it in the kayfabe. You're keeping it in what the people see. To say, you politic with the creative team?
That's beastly.
Like exactly, Jay Kirk. Don't you realize that the greatest professional wrestlers of all time are the biggest politicians? Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Roman Reigns, John Cena. The list goes on and on. Triple H. How did Triple H get his job? Your boss. It's by being a politician. Shawn Michaels. Even Bret Hart, who got a 10-year contract, even though he's viewed as like one of the good guys of professional wrestling, he got a 10-year contract off of politicking. Like, what are you talking about?
The Rock. I know The Rock gets praised of like, he put over Hurricane. Sure. He still did a bunch of politicking to keep his spot and make sure he was in the top spots. I mean, just look at last year's Mania, or 2 years,
exactly.
Last year and 2 years ago.
Talk about 2013 when he came back. Like, he had the cleanest record from his prime because his prime was only 5-6 years. He had the cleanest record. He was always viewed as the most selfless top guy in the industry, despite the fact that I agree with you. He was probably backstage holding on to his spot, but he had the spotless record. And then he came back in 2012 and became one of the biggest politicians in wrestling history. And then he went even further than that in 2023, 2024. So, like, come on, what are we talking about? Every single person that I probably put in the top 25 greatest wrestlers in WWE history, other than maybe Mick Foley, Bryan Danielson, maybe. Like, two of the top guys of like ever, like in the last 30, 40 years. Oh, I can only name two that weren't known to be or don't have that much blemishes on their record.
And look how WWE treats them compared to the other people you mentioned. Danielson, okay, he works for the competition now. Like, all right, maybe they would revere him a little bit more if he was still there. But Foley, I mean, that was always the guy of like, they always boosted Triple H and everybody more than Mick Foley. It's like, yeah, Foley was there. He just got his ass kicked a lot. Undertaker, another guy. Talk about politician and a guy who made sure to protect his spot and everything. Yeah, the top star should have their hand in creative. That's why they're the top star. That's why they're in that spot. Is because they probably worked well with creative. Never understood why that was like a real shot at Rhea Ripley. I was like, all right, sure. And then Piper and Chelsea jumped in. Oh, go ahead.
But I was going to get into that, but I just wanted to just get on the point because you made one point about it. But the major point about all of this, what does that do for your rivalry? What does that do for your rivalry to say, oh, she's always in creative, she's pushing for her spot? Does that enhance the rivalry at all? Does that make you better than her because you basically politic for your spot and got the contract that you did and now have to be pushed at a certain level? Does it do anything for Rhea Ripley? Is that boosting up the person that you could potentially beat at WrestleMania? So it's a two megastars going at one another? No, it doesn't do anything. It didn't do anybody any favors. And the fact of the matter was Rhea Ripley tried to catch y'all back on track. Tried to make it once again about the kayfabe storylines. Oh, all you do is talk. You talk like you always do, and that's basically what Jordan Grace said about you in your rivalry. And then you double down on it. She played the clip of you saying that you want to face Rhea Ripley, and you doubled down. Oh, who from the creative team gave you that clip? It's like, it's over. It's like I was having fun with it, but when she did that comment, I was like, yeah, this is gonna get serious. This started off as a work, but it's turning into a shoot. That's why when Rhea put the IG post, I put up the old Hulk Hogan 2011 tweet. Good night, Hulkamania. I was like, yes, I get to use it. I've been waiting to use it for a while.
Once Chelsea and Piper jumped in, I was like maybe there's still an element of a work find out on Unreal Season 4, but you're not selling a Piper and Jade match. They cannot wrestle each other at the moment. Piper is injured. Best wishes to her. I hope she comes back happy and healthy and things are good. But that's not a match you're selling right now. So there's no reason for them to go back and forth unless it is a little bit more on the personal side than not the working side. The Chelsea stuff, fine. You can sell that match. You can do that match. I'm pretty sure they've done that match. That might have been one of the 2-minute Jade Cargill matches that they've done on television. Yeah. Fine, you can sell that, but you're not selling anything with Jade and Piper. So what's the point there? And that's when I was like,
It only started because Chelsea did not even make it about Jade. She was just like, because she probably is close friends with Rhea and knew that Rhea was feeling a certain way because she went there with her and she just wanted to back her friend this was definitely an out of character tweet because Chelsea Green stays on character 100%, like at least 99% of the time. This was the 1% where she wasn't in character, was being a baby face if she was any type of character, she was being a baby face saying Rhea Ripley's one of the nicest people and all that, and you had to still make it about yourself.
Yeah, 2K My Rise tweet storyline. I don't play 2K My Rise. I'll take your word for it, Grace. That's something that happened. Guys, we're 10 minutes into the show. Leave a thumbs up on the video. That helps us out. Let's catch the WrestleMania sign on fire. No, we're just going to give the WrestleMania sign a thumbs. There we go. Catching the WrestleMania sign on fire. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Leave us a super chat like our pal Volub does and says, between the whole Jade saga and that Liv promo, what's happened to the women's division over the weekend? I mean, what's happened to the women's division all year with the stuff they've been doing? Honestly, I mean, I got issues with the Roman and Punk promo as well. I'm sure. I mean, we'll definitely get into that, but there was stuff there where I'm like, is this really what we're doing for this? Is this really where we're going with all of this? We will talk about that. We will talk about everything Monday Night Raw, including, yes, the Liv promo, which existed. It was a thing that happened on the show.
Hey, I'll get this out first before we even get into it. This was the best Raw since January 19th.
Oh, yeah. It was actually a good episode, all things considered.
All things considered, because there was it was a lot of still issues, like you said, with the Liv promo, with the Punk and Reigns promo, with the fact that there was no women's matches on the night. They had their issues, but this is by far the best episode since January 19. Go figure. WWE decided to not have a good episode of Monday Night Raw in what month? February? What month is that? I forget, because it feels like that company forgot. Oh, it's Black History Month. They decided to have no good episode of Monday Night Raw for the entirety of Black History Month. Just a coincidence, guys.
They remembered at Elimination Chamber that it was Black History Month. It's like, oh, we're featuring the talent too much. They gotta lose the Logan Paul here. What are we doing?
It's like, it's Black History Month. Let's have the whitest of the white pro ice person defeat them in the Elimination Chamber. Oh, I hated that Elimination Chamber. Literally, people that are true Hill Heat fans, they will tell you, Jeremy, I question doing this or anything that I do in wrestling media after Elimination Chamber. After that men's chamber, I was like, I just questioned what I was doing with my life. Yeah.
I mean, fair. Like, I didn't like it, but I didn't question what I was doing with my life. I was just like, all right. Now I got to listen to this dumbass post show. So, got to continue. And then Triple H did his backstage interview because he couldn't take the heat of the boos from the fans. And that was funnier than anything on the Elimination Chamber, honestly.
I was like, just what's the point? I was like, I've watched a whole PLE. It's very rare that I watch like a whole PLE and I was just like, what was the point of any of that? What was really the point of any of that?
You know, Joel and I got into the argument yesterday of the Drew McIntyre comments. Like, why are you doing an Elimination Chamber if you just can do a multi-man match at WrestleMania? I'm like, yeah, it's stupid. Why would you do an Elimination Chamber? And then you do Elimination Chamber with like 3 different interference spots. And like, I already hate cage matches with interference spots, which they do every single time. And now Elimination Chamber is becoming the same way, because we pointed out yesterday, it's like the 4th straight year they've done an interference spot in the chamber. It's like,
but they went over the top with it.
Oh yeah,
I'm used to the one person coming in and doing the interference spot. I will accept that. When you do 3 after Logan Paul was the most dominant person, because and then the stupidity and the fact that there is actually WWE fans that actually back this up and be like, well, it makes sense to me that Logan Paul got the same booking they were going to give to Bronson Reed. We are booking Bronson Reed and Logan Paul the same. This company's cooked. At this point, like, I think we gotta tap out.
They just decided, like, we're not going to change anything. It's just easier to make Logan Paul Bronson Reed than to change out the layout of this match. So that's what we're going to... Even though we knew on Monday Bronson Reed was going to be hurt, we're just going to keep the layout the exact same for this whole thing. Like, really? I mean, no, I'm not even going to say that, because I don't think either option is better. I was going to say that, well, at least Logan Paul looking that dominant would have been better than Austin Theory looking that dominant, but that's just like, how much shit do you want in your hand? Do you want 10 pounds or 9 pounds, you know?
Do you want diarrhea or STD? I mean, it's your choice. It's your choice. But like, it was just, that whole men's elimination chamber was like a Botchamania episode. That was like Botchamania lore. And this started from the intros, Jeremy. Javon Williams, and I'm like, I'm not Dave Meltzer. I'm not Dave Meltzer, and I don't hate Mark Nash, but it's just, come on, man. That was the biggest example of WWE saying, you guys all look the same to us. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like to me after the Black History Month that we had where y'all didn't want to acknowledge it, and then you called Javon Evans Javon Williams. And then Trick Williams gets the loudest reaction of anybody coming out, and he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember anything he did in the
He
chamber.
did not do a damn thing. Javon Evans, everybody was like, oh yeah, Javon's in the Elimination Chamber. He's going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff. He did a 5-star frog splash off a pod that we saw in the first Elimination Chamber. And it was much cooler then because at least he broke Triple H's larynx. But like this one, it was just like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And then he immediately got eliminated by getting dropped on his head by Logan Paul. And then LA Knight freaking slips off the top rope. And that's an honest mistake, but it's just compounding on top of each other. And then he immediately gets eliminated while Randy Orton's laughing at him. Then it takes 2 masked men to eliminate Logan Paul. It wasn't just one masked man. He can't just have one masked man come in. No, we need a red herring masked man to try to climb the cage. We unmask him. We're like, who is this? And then the other masked man comes in because Trick Williams is selling a crossroads like he got shot in the chest. So we have to sneak in, and then we're going to keep the door open for the final 10 minutes. Seth is going to do his spot. He's going to go out. Then we're going to have Drew come in. We don't even get anything between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton other than the finish. We can't even get a little wrestling between them before Drew comes in. No, immediately Drew just go in, finish it. They both give you RKO, crossroads, and then we're gonna swerve them because Triple H has to do this backstage promo during the post show where he can be like a hell of a swerve. I have never seen a booker who is more eager to pat himself on the back than this dude. It's unbelievable at this point.
He does love doing that. I mean, that's why he does the post shows in the first place, so he can do that. Because it's not about answering any questions anymore, because they stopped doing that when they did actual press conferences. So it's like, all right, let me sit up here with Rosenberg and Tessitore and Big E, who are just gonna talk about what a great show it was and talk about the surprises, because that's all they know how to do is surprises, and not the actual like content of the matches or anything, but the road and the stories. And it's like, oh, we're doing great stuff. It's unpredictable. What a swerve. What a surprise. What a debut. No one saw that coming. And now he can't even do that with them. He's got to, because he doesn't want to get booed by the people who realize all of this is nonsense. No, he did the post-show volleyball. He just did it backstage with Jackie. They just had him talking backstage, and Jackie was saying all the great things that happened, and he got to say all the great things that happened. That's all they did with this post-show. They got to, like, for these Elimination Chamber matches, they got to threaten to fire people who interfere. I'm so tired of this interference stuff. So tired of it. Or don't open the door, just leave them in the... I don't care what you got to do. Just stop with the interference.
And what happened to Jacob Fatu's matchup with Drew McIntyre? Oh, he just forgot that. He said that He said that on last Friday's show. He was like, I'm going to give you your match with Drew. I promise. Then he gave him a qualifying matchup on this week's SmackDown, which Drew also interfered in. Yet we're just going to forget that because Cody Rhodes got screwed. So Cody's got to get the title shot.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to win too.
Dude, if this is all leading, you said it best. If this is all leading to Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, this is like booking malpractice for Drew McIntyre. You gave him the title too late, then gave him a lame duck title reign where he beat Sami Zayn, the guy he's beat 11 times before that. And he's been beat up multiple times by Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu on nearly a weekly basis. He got his balls cut off by Roman Reigns and CM Punk during their first promo, and he just did the rah Braveheart speech apparently to him. And that didn't do anything. That just made him seem like, oh, maybe you still have a dick to go along with your no balls, but it's pretty limp at this point. And I don't know what else he's done. That's pretty much the reign. If it ends on Friday, that was his reign. His reign in front of no fans, his 2 other reigns in front of no fans was much better. His reign that lasted 5 minutes at WrestleMania 40, much better than this one. Much better than this one.
Yeah, they gave him a here damn in front of the fans reign with this if it ends on Friday. Like, all right, fine. Yeah, you carried the company through the pandemic. All right. Yeah, Cody's kind of cold right now. We got to shake things up for WrestleMania. Here, damn, take your title reign and let's just move on. There was good wrestling this weekend, you know. All right, you were in the chat yesterday. You were trying to call me out for my Andrade and Ishii. Best wishes to Ishii.
Because we don't need to compare. This one was great, but I'm not saying that you were wrong in that it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best Andrade or Ishii matchup of the weekend, but it was still great on its own. Why do we have to compare?
Oh, because you called me out for saying really good, and you were like, no, it was great. No.
I heard you say good, and then you walked it back.
No, I said really good. No, I said really good at the start.
It was good, even really good, but it wasn't the best.
It wasn't. It wasn't even a top 5 match I saw this weekend. It wasn't the best Andrade or Ishii match this weekend. It was good to really good.
The weekend should be considered Saturday, so we shouldn't even count. I did my best matches of the week on that day, but best matches of the week this week. Yeah. But
it wasn't the best Andrade and Ishii match I saw in a 24-hour period. How about that?
To be fair, it was filmed on Wednesday, so we can't even count it.
Then fine, the best Andrade and Ishii match of last week, since now you're going to go Friday, if that's going to be Wednesday. Either way, it was not the best Andrade and Ishii match that either of them had during the time period that you want to allot.
Fair. That is fair. That's a fair assessment. But man, that New Japan show was great. Yeah. One of the best New Japan USA shows that they've done in a very, very long time.
So when was the last New Japan USA show, just in general, much less when they've done one?
Yeah, I want to say Windy City Riot last year with Takeshita versus Tanahashi.
Yeah.
No. They did. Didn't they do a Resurgence last year? Yeah, they did Resurgence last year.
Did they?
So that was in May.
Remember. Okay, I don't remember that Resurgence show. What was on that show?
Yeah, they did. I think they did. I know they did Takeshita and ELP. And maybe Goto was in the main event. Goto versus somebody. Goto faced Zack Sabre Jr.
Goto faced Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah. I'm looking at Mercedes was in the main event against
Mercedes Azumi and Mina,
Azumi. Right? Yeah.
That's where she lost the
no recollection of that match or of that show.
See, I remember certain matches. I remember the big matches, but this was a great show from top to bottom. I definitely agree with you though. Ishii and Boltin Oleg, man, the best Boltin Oleg performance that I've seen from him. And I loved his matches with Takeshita, but this was just Boltin fully embracing the never open weight style that Ishii is basically the pioneer of.
Yeah, apparently Ishii got hurt during that match because they announced last night that he had a neck injury, even though, you know, the joke is that Ishii doesn't have a neck in the first place, so how did he actually get injured? But, I mean, the way that match was going, understandable. They were hitting each other with everything in that one. So
that 90-second chop battle was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a great match. I'm trying to think if that was my favorite match this weekend.
Best wishes to Ishii. I know Satoshi Kojima's replacing him in the New Japan Cup, which starts tomorrow morning. So looking forward to watching that show, even though it's Aaron Wolf versus Great O'Khan in the main event. I don't know how much I'm looking forward to it. But maybe it's. I think the show had like 4 great matches on it. The Ishii Boltin matchup, Takeshita and ELP, even though I know some people don't like ELP, so they're like, "Oh, I didn't like that matchup."
That was the weakest of the 4. I'm not saying it was bad. That was the weakest of the 4.
Yeah, you can say that, but I think that it was still a great matchup. I think Takeshita and ELP just don't know how to have anything other than a very good to great matchup against each other. And you had ELP with the moonsault to the floor into the crowd. He's the only one that still does that. Like Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson don't do that shit anymore. So he's the only one who'd be willing to do that type of stuff. And then the last the 5 minutes overtime really bumped it up for me. I really enjoyed that. It was high energy.
I was so hoping it would just I was so hoping it would just end in a time limit so I could do the time limit Takeshita gimmick. I was happy they did the overtime, so like we actually got a winner. I was like, oh hell yeah, another time limit draw for Takeshita. Keep this bit going. Put in the contract that he's got to put in the contract. Like, no fucking time limits. I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm not doing any time limits anymore. But yeah, I was glad they did that because I wanted Takeshita to win the title, so Okada can't say that he's not a champion anymore. And then...
Okada's gonna be like, Okada's like a TV title, 15-minute time limit. Like, what is this title?
This looks like a chocolate bar. Yeah. And then
remember when Okada? What was the stupid title Okada invented in New Japan? Yeah, the King of Pro Wrestling with all the stipulation. That shit's right up my alley. I actually love that title. But Okada like coming up with that title and being like, yeah, this little low card bullshit that you guys can fight over. What a guy!
And everybody thought he was gonna win it, and then Yano wins it.
Yeah, and that immediately set the tone for what this title was gonna be. Okada never got near that title again. He's like, yeah, you lower card people, you battle with this thing. I love Okada.
You think you're slick. This is hilarious.
Yeah. He's going to look at that New Japan World title and be like, this is a step below the King of Pro Wrestling title, dude. That title had more meaning than this thing.
That's so wrong. I loved Shuri and Athena. Those two ladies, and the fact of it was kind of like what I said about the Kenny Omega and Swerve matchup, where this was a great match, an excellent match on its own, but that's probably not even the best match that they can deliver. Like, that's how good these two ladies like worked with each other. And we had big match Athena, where she's just a hybrid. Like, she could do any style. She could do the more submission based style of Shuri. She could do the high impact moves, show off her power. She could be technical. She could do some high flying. She could be like, she could do hard hitting, strong styles. She could do it all. She's amazing in the ring. And Shuri's like one of the best technical wrestlers in all of wrestling, regardless of gender. So that was a great matchup. And I want to see them in the main event of Supercard of Honor. They sold me on that with the little tease with Shuri taking the ROH Women's title at the end.
I mean, I don't know what else they're gonna do with Athena, so they should just do that match. Just go back to Billy Starks and maybe put the title on her, but probably not.
Just put it on Deanna.
Afraid. I mean, Deanna. I have no problem with that, but she's also the peer champion, so yeah.
Bryan Danielson did it. Bryan Danielson did it. Let her do it. Make her bust her open, hit her head into the ring post. Just do Unified.
Come on now.
Just do Unified. That's all I want. I want Deanna and Athena to do a Unified Nigel versus Bryan matchup. Do it in Texas. Do it in Jersey. Do it in one of their hometowns.
I would like a Deanna and Athena match because I just think it would be great. And for all the people who have seen the one Deanna match that, you know, the CMLL match that got her off TV for a year, I think that match would show like, oh, she's actually really good and maybe we should have used her a lot more instead of holding her to this one match that, you know, this wasn't good. And it happens, unfortunately. And it unfortunately happened in a bad spot for Deanna. But yeah, she's really good. So put her in the ring with Athena and you'll see how good she is. Anything from Collision besides the good, really good, great Andrade and Ishii match?
I saw some people saying, you know, Ishii and Bolton was their favorite. You said that might have been your favorite. Seeing somebody say Athena and Shuri. I think Jules was there and said that they were the loudest for ELP and Takeshita. Best match on the show, I don't care what anybody tells me, it was Andrade and Tsuji. Yeah. Andrade and Tsuji working like luchadors is amazing to watch because these two men should not be working like luchadors. Like Tsuji's like 250 doing twisting arm drags. You got Andrade who's just chiseled out of stone, just moving all over the place, doing tornillos to the outside. The chop battle when Tsuji gets chopped and he falls like a tower, he just goes That was awesome. I'm still thinking about that to this day. And then just the Ultimo, the Guerrero special, the reverse Spanish fly. You had the hammerlock DDT near fall, which was great. The elbow strike near fall was incredible. The Gene Blast, he kicked out of the Gene Blaster. I was like, oh, okay, we really building up Andrade. And then Tsuji making everybody from AEW tap out with the Boston Crab, the first move they teach you in the young lion as a young lion in the New Japan dojo. That needs to be the shtick. And this felt like the antithesis of that Jake Lee match.
I was gonna say, Tsuji was in the ring like for the intros and everything, and he's looking at Andrade. He's like, "Oh, this is a dude who's got actual aura, not this Jake Lee dude that I had to face." And then the moment they started going, he's like, "Oh, this is actually going to be good. Okay, we're going to work tonight. I ain't got to do a bunch of bullshit and sell." And while Jake Lee just prances around and tries to get heat with his mannerisms and everything, we're actually going to go out here and put on a wrestling match. You know, Tsuji was so excited the moment he got in the ring and saw Andrade. And it's like, oh, actual, real superstar charisma coming off of this guy.
And this felt like Tsuji is the face of the company. Like, he has that great match, like a New Japan Match of the Year candidate, and then he cuts the promo in English. I was like, I'm so proud. I'm so glad I got Tsuji stock when he returned at Dontaku 2023. I tried to tell, shout outs to J News and Sanal. I tried to tell them back then. I was like, he just needs to beat the title. He just needs to beat Sonata for the title. They were both Sonata. They're both Sonata fans. And I was like, we just need to give it up. Sonata doesn't need to hold this title this long. Just put it on Tsuji. Give me the Tsuji shot. He should have been champion 3 years ago. We finally got here now. And I love the fact they are making him the face of the company, the top guy in this company. I just felt so proud. I was like, oh my God, your English is great. Yes, your English is so good. You are the guy. This felt like the cementing of Tsuji as the top guy that he needed after Wrestle Kingdom, after the way they kind of didn't give him this proper celebration after he won. I'm so glad we got here. Give Tsuji the world. Tsuji right now, he's up there for me as far as like top 5 wrestler of the year for 2026 so far.
That's fair. Yeah, I was trying to, like, off the top of my head, think of who else would be. I'm just gonna give it to Tanahashi. His ratio of great match to match is 100%.
He's one for one. Yeah. 1 for 1.
So Tanahashi's winning my wrestler of the year. He's sold out the Tokyo Dome. He's got the best match of the year. Sorry, I don't think anybody's topping that, at least in my book. Like, I'm sure there will be like better quality matches, but overall, it's gonna be tough for anybody to beat that match in my book.
Only gave 3 other matches 5 stars so far, but we'll see. But that's the only one I gave 5-star plus. I added the plus to that. That's the plus. Puts it on another level.
I'm just gonna give Tanahashi the wrestler of the year. Oh, a spoiler alert for everybody out there. All right, well, we'll get into Raw here in a second. Did you see Nikola Jokic try to kill people?
No, I missed that.
I do have a poll question real quick. Let me put this up before I forget. All right. It's wrestling related, actually. So our poll question for today, everybody, is who won round 2? Very simple. Who won round 2? Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Yeah, very straightforward poll question. So, Nikola Jokic, SP3. You got to find these highlights so you understand what I'm talking about here. Just search like Jokic Jazz, and you'll see. You'll see. He's trying to lay on people. Like, he's trying to just like full lay on people. He's playing Utah, mind you. They barely beat Utah last night. They needed 20 free throws in the 4th quarter to beat a team that is openly tanking. It's a bad look for Denver right now.
I'm like quite surprised that I hear like so many podcasts, if I'm just like scrolling through my YouTube and stuff, still people think that the Nuggets are going to win the championship. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all have seen from this year that makes y'all feel like that, but I I thought it too. I thought they were a contender too, but I don't think they're better than the Thunder anymore. I think they'll give the Thunder probably the closest matchup. Like they'll go probably 7 games with them, but I don't see what Nuggets have done this year to make you think that they're going to win the championship.
It's always still tough to just like go against Jokic because he's Jokic. He's the best player in the world, arguably. And Jamal Murray is a playoff riser, and they're a good team still.
Yeah.
Like, I don't take anything away from them. They're in a rough stretch right now, and we'll see if they can get themselves out of it. Like, playing Utah that close doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but they weren't playing well at this point last year, and then they fired Mike Malone, and then they still went 7 with the Thunder. So there's still going to be a tough out in the play. I know you just mentioned they might go 7 with the Thunder, so I think you agree they're going to be a tough out. Like, are they going to win a championship? Yeah. I don't know. It depends on matchups because they might not even face the Thunder. They might end up. There's a way the bracket breaks right now for OKC where we get like the Lakers in the second round. And that's how it could break. Like San Antonio, Denver, and Houston could all end up on the other side of the bracket. And if I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, all right, this is pretty nice. If that's how it's gonna end up working out, I don't know if it will, but like there's a world where that happens. So, but Jokic, man, a day after he got a little bit of goodwill because Lou Dort, and look, I'm not gonna defend Lou Dort, unnecessary play. Doesn't need to throw a hip check at a guy coming off of a knee injury. Doesn't need to do a period. But he knows Jokic is coming off of that injury, and it was a reckless, unnecessary play. Do I think Dort's reputation is overblown? Yes, I do. I don't think he's this dirty Draymond Green type player that people and fans want to make him out to be. He's never injured anybody in that way. You can point to the Ja Morant stuff. The Ja Morant thing, like, he got caught in a bad spot, slipped as Ja tried to go for a poster, and unfortunately undercut Ja and hurt him. That was not a legitimately dirty play where he yanked Ja down going for a dunk or anything. That was just an unfortunate situation, and it happened to be Lou Dort, who already has the reputation of, oh, this guy is dirty. He plays very physical. Does he get away with some stuff? Maybe. But all physical defenders get away with stuff. That's how they have that reputation. You don't think Tony Allen was getting away with stuff? Go back and watch prime Chris Paul when he was thought to be one of the best defenders in the league and was making all NBA defense every single year. He was getting away with a ton of stuff. He would post up Kevin Durant, or he wouldn't post up Kevin. He would guard Kevin Durant in the post the same way Alex Caruso was guarding Jokic in the post. And people would just thought like, oh, look at him. He's playing hard-nosed defense. This is great. And no one said anything. So Dort plays physical. I get that. Not defending that hip check and that trip. It was stupid. It was unnecessary. Didn't need to do it. It caught all the stars here. Oh, what do you have, Harlem?
What did you make?
What's the favorite?
What is this? Chocolate.
Sam.
It's a chocolate sandwich?
Yes.
Chocolate sandwich?
With cheese.
Chocolate? Which chocolate sandwich with cheese?
Chocolate sandwich with cheese.
Oh.
Thank you.
Can you eat it?
I can eat it, but
yeah.
Let me digest things right now. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait.
She's making sure. She's like, no. The last time I made you a Harlem special, you did not eat that. Jeremy had to eat that. You are going to eat this one.
She just laid down in the bed on this room.
My wife is not.
I took a bite. Thank you.
Look at this man lying.
I love you. I'm not taking some chocolate. Good chocolate. Thank you. I love you.
All right, my lovely wife is not here. She's working today. She's actually just got home. She just messaged me. Okay. She's going to make me a Nutella and cheese sandwich, and I will eat this. All right, I will once again.
If you take a bite, I don't need you to eat it. You just take a bite.
I'll take a bite. Yeah. I don't know about eating the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know about eating. Just trying to get us sick here.
I mean, like wine, chocolate, and cheese, like kind of goes together, but this bread, chocolate, and cheese, like all in one thing. That's rough. Yeah, that's tough. We're gonna do it though, folks, for the content. We're gonna do it
for the content. Send some super chats. Make it worthwhile.
We'll eat this. We'll eat the Harlem Special 2 out here. My wife just says, literally in the driveway and getting pulled into your shenanigans. Yeah.
Pulling into the shenanigans. Absolutely.
She goes to work. She comes home. She's like, oh, great. Now I got to be part of this dumbass bit that my husband's going to do. Of course. Can't just have a normal day around here.
Another day in the life.
I mean, not the last time she went to work, but one of the times she went to work, I'm like, I'm jumping off the roof today. And she's like, what in the hell are you talking about? So yeah, she can't go to work. I do stupid things when she's home, but like it's worse when she goes to work. I was like, oh, no supervision around? Awesome. She's the voice of reason, She's like, that's a bad idea. You're not gonna do that. I can't have you.
You're like Kevin McAllister when he's home alone.
Yeah. You're the voice of reason, baby. I can't be left alone to do this. No, you can't. You can't leave me alone for 5 minutes. I'm gonna do something dumb. The cat doesn't do anything. He just lays there the whole time.
Now she has to.
Oh, just one. We're not wasting 2 pieces of bread on this. No, we're just gonna fold it over. No.
Look at this. This is the premium content we got.
Oh, it's gotta be, baby. It's gotta be shredded cheese.
Yeah, shredded.
Yeah,
cheese.
we gotta do shredded cheese.
We're not even. Yeah. She didn't even like put the chocolate all around. She
No.
The top of the bread, and then like a little bit.
No, Matthew. No. That encourages me to do the stupid things, because then I'm terrible influences on them. Because I'm like, oh yeah, look what I did today, and then they're showing all their friends, like, yeah, look what my dumbass stepdad did on his show, jumping off of this roof and painting his face and doing all of this stuff. Like, this is so funny. Nah, they encourage me. I'm a bad influence on them, the same way they're a bad influence on me.
And yes, Harlem has learned how to use the microwave as well. Yes. Oh. Chef Harlem, aka Dr. Harlem. If anybody gets hurt, she's like, I gotta put some plaster on you. I gotta put some plaster. She has different occupations.
Now it reminded me that I picked up the kids, like parent pickup, wearing like the Jeff Hardy. No, I didn't. I don't think I did it with the Jeff Hardy. It was not the Jeff Hardy face paint. That would have been good. But I actually took a shower right after that. It was the Mr. Elegance, like makeup and hair and everything. That's how I picked up the kids, and they just get in the car and they're like, "What?
What are you wearing?
What are you doing?" I'm just like, I filmed a video today. I did a bit today.
You didn't have any time to change, or
I didn't. No, I had no time to like take a shower or anything. I didn't, because we spent that entire afternoon like filming that video, and by the time we were done with it, it was time to go pick up the kids, and I was like, I don't have time to like jump in the shower, and that makeup like took a little while to like wash off and everything too. So I was like, I just gotta go pick them up, and they're just like, all right, can I just pretend that you're not here with me right now?
Lovely stuff.
Come on.
I'll finish telling me about Jokic. I saw the highlights of the game.
Yeah, he's just like falling on people. He's just, I don't know.
He can't defend anybody. I just saw the play where he fouled Keontae George. Keontae George, he's right in front of him. He can't stay in front of him. Keontae George just speeded by him, and he just had to push him in the back for the foul.
Yeah, he just shoves him. I was like, man, I like Jokic, and I think he's one of the 2 greatest players in the world. But him turning into like a worse version of Luca with the crying to the referees, and then when he doesn't get a call, just taking it out on the other team and players. Luca, like, he's complaining to the officials every time about fouls that should be called and aren't called and things like that. But he's not out here like trying to lay on people and shoving people and, just generally just trying to. I tried to fight Jalen Williams, and he threw a punch at Jey Will. But they were just like, no, what Dort did was worse. We're not gonna, Jey Will came in and it escalated, so Jokic had to defend himself. Like, what? I get that because he has this like nonchalant personality that people are like, oh no, Jokic, he's fine. But there's a very real history of him literally ending a guy's career and in playing like rough with it. And it's basketball. Like, fine, be physical and stuff. But some of the stuff that he has done is a little much, and it's definitely a little much when you're going to complain about how people are so physical with you. And look, maybe if they stopped being so physical with him, he wouldn't do it back to them, but he escalates things when he doesn't think he actually escalates things. So, yeah. All right, I got the Harlem Special 2 here. Everybody can see that.
Very nice.
And we're gonna fold this over. We're gonna take a bite of this. Thank you to my lovely wife for making this for me. All right, everyone sees what we got. Right in the middle bite here. Cheers.
Yep, I'm gonna cheers. The cheese fell out of it.
All right, so.
I don't even peanut butter cheese.
Yeah, the cheese you can taste. I mean, I'm using Nutella. That's the chocolate that I have on here. The Nutella on the bread is very overwhelming here.
Yeah, and I don't even think this is Nutella. I don't even know if they have Nutella in the UK, but
King Potato,
the chocolate overwhelms it.
Yeah, King Potato, it's chocolate and shredded cheese. I'm using
it's
Nutella
it's the Harlem Special 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0 for the Harlem Special here. It's not like bad, It's not good, but it's not like I'm not gonna finish it. It's a little much to finish.
He's like, I'm not gonna finish it. I took the bite. I said I would take the bite. And if we get super chat donations, we will take another bite.
Yeah, I'll finish it if you guys gotta pay up on this.
Pay up.
You get one bite for free. Yeah, you get one bite for free. Like hookers out here. The hand job's free. You want anything more, you got to pay.
Stripper. More of a stripper than anything. But, yeah, I mean, Jokic is
He's
Jokic.
selling kisses for $5.
Great line.
I just watched that episode yesterday, so.
I know we're talking basketball here, but I did watch Love is Blind. I am caught up.
Oh, you caught up?
Okay. Caught up on Love is Blind. Oh my God. These people are almost as bad as the Minnesota people.
This dude Chris, man.
He might be one of the greatest villains in Love is Blind history.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so you've seen every episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bree and what's his name? Like that came out of nowhere.
Bree sucks.
Yeah.
I literally am screaming at my missus fell asleep on the episode before the latest batch, and I'm like, my jaw is on the floor when he's talking to her at the bar, and I'm like, why are you still standing there? I woke up my missus screaming that at my TV. I'm like, why are you still standing there? He just insulted your fiance. So you said it was a surprise. It came out of nowhere. It didn't to me. It really feels like she did that. She's basically verbatim saying what Chris was saying about Connor.
I know, yes. So that's what it came out of nowhere in the sense that like it seemed like they were just having a normal conversation and trying to like work on things of like, hey, this is kind of like what I want and stuff. And then it was all of a sudden like, yeah, we're not walking down the aisle. Like we're just done. That's how it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I didn't. I'm fine with them like not getting married and everything. That wasn't too surprising, but it just seemed like it's like, hey, this is kind of like what I want and what I need and how I think you are acting and you know what I would like and stuff. And then it's like, yeah, so we're just not gonna get married. We're just not gonna go down the aisle. I was like, oh, that really came out of nowhere. Yeah, but it was bar for bar what Chris was saying too, of like, you need an alpha, you need someone who's gonna take control and all this, and that was basically what she was saying. I was like, man, maybe this is why you're in the position you're in.
You asked me what to get at the restaurant. What?
That's the dumbest thing in the world to me. I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna start doing that at the restaurant. I'll be like, one menu. We don't need two. I already know what she wants. I'll be ordering for her. I was like, is that gonna do anything for you? She's like, no. Can I just order my food? It's like, no, you can't. I have to be the alpha and show that I can order for you.
Alpha energy. That's what she needs. That's what Brie needs. She needs that alpha energy. Oh man. It's like, are you you know, are you supposed to be my forever person? Or are you supposed to teach me how to love for my forever person? I just don't know. I just don't know. She sucks. No, Brie sucks. Like if I had to rank the worst people on this show, of course Chris would be number 1.
Yes.
Brie would probably be number 2 at this point, especially how she broke up with Connor, and Connor was a good dude. Basically, she admitted that he's loving her at her worst. The worst, she's at her worst, but he still loves her, and she's still gonna treat him like that.
I'm eating Ghirardelli white chocolate sugar cookie. I gotta get this taste out of my mouth. It's lingering too much. It's lingering way too much.
Then you get the next. I'm trying to think who's also. Oh, Alex. Alex is third worst. He sucks. He sucks. If I have to hear one more story about him being a sports athlete,
soccer player, yes,
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
You know who rules? Really bad. You know who the greatest person in the world is, and I hope he's at the wedding, and I hope he objects to it. Ashley's dad. That dude's the greatest. The lawyer?
Yo, oh my God. This dude asked him so many questions. I was like, what is this, a job interview?
He's the best. I was dying when he was going just question after question, like rapid fire, just trying to catch him.
I was like, this is either edited very well or he literally is just running all these questions off.
I think he's rolling because he's a lawyer. He's a divorce lawyer. He's like, I've seen this shit before. I'm like, nope, my daughter ain't dealing with this. No, I think he was literally, I think that was one take right there. That wasn't edited at all. He was just cooking this dude. I need more of him. I need so much more of him. I want him to have his own show. Fuck. Give me Love is Blind divorce lawyer, and he's the divorce lawyer. That's what I need.
That would be perfect. That would actually be perfect. Then I would say on the next person who's the worst, Devontae. Devontae is up there. He sucks. He sucks. Like you can't tell your wife, your future wife, how beautiful she looks. You feel like you're being asked for too much by
that was so weird to me.
Complimented, like what?
That one was so weird to me. Where she's like, "Oh, I just want to be complimented and say I'm beautiful. You know, like give me flowers and stuff." I was like, do you know that's like the simplest shit in the world?
That's like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
My missus doesn't even want to. She literally does not want me to, but I always compliment her every single day.
I was like, this is so easy. Just to be like, hey, you look nice today. That's it. Like,
That's it.
You don't have to spend any money, any real effort. You were saying what you're going to talk today anyway. Spend a couple of words telling your wife she looks nice. Like, it's pretty simple. He's like, oh, but now it seems forced because you're asking me. Like, so what? Just say it. Dumbass.
And then he wants her to sign a prenup. Like, I feel like he's literally doing that just to like push her to be the one to say no and break it off.
Yeah.
Like that's what it really feels like, because she is very adamant about, she's already bought her dress before the process. Her dad was all like, we don't believe in divorce here, but he rubbed me the wrong way right when they got to Cabo, and he was like, you know, I've never dated a woman of color before, you know, she's different. It's just, I was like, do you even like her? Like, like honestly, like it don't sound like you do at this point. But hey, and then fifth is probably still Kevon, because just how you fumbled the bag. You had two baddies and you fumbled the bag on both.
You know who I love besides Ashley's dad, the lawyer. I forget her name. But oh shit, why is this escaping me so bad?
Who is she with, or is she
name
one of the pod people?
No. It's another relative. Name the couples right fast.
Emma and Mike.
Mike. Okay, yeah. Mike's sister, who like hates her kids. She rules.
No. Emma's sister.
Okay, Emma's sister. Sorry.
Yes. She was like, you know, I love my kids, but if I could change my life over again, I wouldn't have them. Yeah. I was like, that owns. And oh my god, the ending of the last episode when Mike has that horrible freaking speech at the wedding where he's like, I just really want us to still have kids together, and they pan over to her and she rolls her eyes like she is the goddamn Undertaker. She's like, oh my god, like what are we talking about?
That and Mike's mom, like, who clearly like does not want them to be together. Them like talking to him like before the wedding and everything's like, no, as long as you're happy, as long as you're happy, you know, we support you. I was
like, mom's not with it.
No. That's what I said the same thing. I was like, they are trying to tell him, please get the fuck out of this, without having to say, please get the fuck out of this.
Yo, like my my missus, she's Italian. She was like, I know so many Italian women like her. She was like, even if Emma was all for having kids, she would be like, no, they're not going to be fully Italian kids. She would have an issue with that too.
Nah, she has an issue with all of this. I'm waiting for her to object, because they left it on the cliffhanger that Emma said yes, and I'm like, oh, you just said yes.
In the weirdest way possible, where she went around the bush. She went around and around, like, I just can't.
Yeah, I was like, oh, see my life without you. Yeah, I called that when she was doing that. I was like, oh, this is what she's gonna say. Like, and like when he was doing his speech and he's like, you know, he's taking yes as like, we're having kids. And I think he's taking yes as like, we're having kids like tonight type of thing. And she's going to be like, yes, we'll see down the road about kids. Like, I don't know. If he says yes, I don't know if they make it to the reunion. I really don't know if they do that.
This was a year ago, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay, and my other question to you, since we'll the weddings are tomorrow, and then I assume the reunion is next week. So my other question to you is, have Bree and Chris like hooked up or gone out by the time we get to the reunion? So. I think so too.
I think she left that house and then she went to the Four Seasons.
I don't know if she immediately went there. I think the moment Chris got word that they were done, he was messaging, and she might have taken a second or two to contemplate before going there.
Before going to the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
But he literally told her, he was like, yeah, if we had met outside of this, we would totally be fuck buddies.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even taking you serious.
No.
You deserve Bree deserves everything.
She's
if she decides to go with him, she deserves everything she's gonna get with him, because
she's dumb as hell. She's dumb as hell.
Awful. And I thought the other guy, that Emma was talking to, I think his name was Steven in the pods. I thought he was horrible. The guy that was like, when she was like talking about like being, everything that she's been through, being adopted and having the scars and stuff. And then he's over on the other side of the pod, like, he's like, oh, hold on a second. I got to have this beer. Oh, this seems like a long conversation. Yo, that guy sucked too.
He's like,
he made the list. He's Kevon, you could be off here. You're just indecisive and you fumble the bag. That guy is worse than Kevon.
Yeah, I was actually hoping like he would, because that was like the only time he got shown was like that first episode. I was hoping like they showed more of him because he was terrible. I was like, oh yeah, we need more of this dude. He's awful.
I think he's the guy who has like assault allegations that came out after.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
All right, so apparently Steve has assault allegations that came out after the show. So
and then Chris has like a lawsuit against him from one of his exes, and then another one of his exes would have been on like TikTok exposing him, saying that he's like $60,000 in debt. And she went on a podcast where she posted up like a video call that he had with her, and he's like bragging about it. He was like, I don't need your money. I'm $60,000 in debt. You think I care about money? I was like, you're saying that as a flex?
Yeah, the Ohio, man. These people suck.
Ohio, represent.
These people suck.
I don't give a flying fuck. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. His signature saying. Terrible ass people. Terrible ass people.
I think the only couples that will get married for sure is Vic and Christine.
Yeah.
Because they kept them away from all the drama because they weren't going to bring any drama. So they'd probably be smooth sailing, unless the sister, because the sister seems like she's a little much in the highlights. I know you don't watch the highlights, but she looks like she's a little much. And Amber and Jordan, as long as Emma the daughter likes Jordan.
Amber, I thought was like trying to almost pick a fight out of the comments he made at the bar, where she was like, oh, if you're not ready, like, you should have just told me that. Like, I don't want to be, played with again. Like, the man has like just legitimate concerns about meeting your daughter. Like, very understandable in that position. And she's like, oh, I wish you would have told me. I was like, all right, fair's like if he didn't tell you these things, but like my wife was saying, like, it also feels like just kind of, and maybe she didn't get this, like, it feels a little implied, because when my wife and I got together, she's like, yeah, I just assumed like you were a little concerned about meeting all the kids and everything. And you didn't have to tell me that. That's just a normal response when you are going to be a stepdad and there are kids involved. Like, yeah, you're probably a little bit concerned about that.
And the fact that she hasn't introduced him yet. Like, she has dragged this on. Y'all been in these houses for like 3 weeks. Y'all went to each other's places and everything. He's not gonna meet her until the wedding? That's ridiculous. That's wild. That is wild. I'm sorry. I was like, what are we doing?
All right, let me finish mine.
You're finishing your white chocolate.
It's really good. It's a white chocolate sugar cookie. It's really good. It tastes just like a sugar cookie. I recommend it to anybody if you can find it. It's Gear Deli. Love is Blind, delayed grats.
Yeah.
Latest
season. Give me 1 second. I have to get my charger. I left it in another room.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Love is Blind, the latest season. It's much better than the Minnesota season. The Minnesota season sucked. Ohio, they were smart. Like, I've lived in Ohio long enough. People are just dumb up here, man. It lives up to its reputation. In a lot of ways, but no, it's a white chocolate sugar cookie. Volib. It's a chocolate cookie, or it's a chocolate bar, but it tastes like a sugar cookie. It's very good. I had to get the taste out of the Harlem Special too, out of my mouth. It was that bread and Nutella combo. Like, I can deal with Nutella on like toasted bread, like that's fine. Like on regular bread, it didn't work for me.
No, it wasn't pleasant. least you got it, the taste out of your mouth. The taste is gonna linger for me for a little bit longer.
That's why I had to get some. I texted my wife. I was like, "Can you bring me like some chocolate so I can get this, please?" She's like, "Yes." Thank you. I'm not trapped in Ohio. I made the choice to come here and live here. It was the moving to Ohio part debatable because I swore off this place after 2016, but best decision of my life being with my wife here. So, and the part I live in is good. It's a nice area and stuff. But Ohio in general, yeah, it's Ohio, folks.
It's Ohio, folks.
Yeah. WWE Raw last night. I don't know how I transitioned from Ohio to Raw.
I don't know.
They were in Indiana last night. That's close to Ohio.
Yeah.
So there you go. Matthew Hook's saying, Raw 0 women's matches, Dynamite 2. What happened?
What world are we living in?
Yeah, no women's matches on Raw last night, but they got some time. They got segments. They got promo segments. They got backstage segments. They got vignettes. No matches, but they got stuff. We don't need to talk about those vignettes. I mean, we do, but man. Let's get into.
Where do you want to start? Yeah,
let's start. We're gonna start with Roman and CM Punk because they were back. Roman was back. I guess Punk's been there. Roman came out, got immediately cut off after being acknowledged, and Punk says, "I'm doing you a favor coming out here. I'm out here to acknowledge you." Everything. They bring up the tweet, and Punk says, "I'm not bothered about it. I'm not bothered by what people say about me on podcasts." And I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Like, his lack of self-awareness is hilarious to me.
Maybe not podcasts, but maybe like interviews at conventions that technically aren't podcasts. Maybe that bothers him.
He's one of the most thin-skinned people.
And Roman was like, "You got thin skin. You got thin skin, man." And he's like, I gotta carry these bags are under my eyes because I gotta carry you. This is where the Shield debuted, and I was like, "You brought the other two, not me."
That was a great, and he called them out. Punk trying to lie. Why are you trying to lie for?
It wasn't even that he was trying to lie about that, because he said he brought the Shield, and Roman's like, "Hey, you brought the other two, not me." I was like, okay, they're both right. And then Punk going like, "That's not how I remember." I was like, that's the lie. Yeah, that's the lie right there. That's not how you remember it, because you explicitly said you wanted Chris Hero. You're the one who said that, and they said Roman, and you were like, okay, sure. So that's definitely what happened there. And did you bring the Shield? Sure. Was this the version of the Shield that you wanted to bring? No. Oh, yeah. And then he did the, you hate me. Okay, I can see through you. I'm under your skin and stuff. All right. Roman fired back. He's like, I don't care about the title. I don't care about you. We brought you back to entertain virgins in their parents' basement.
30 to 40-year-olds who live in their parents' basement. Sell a few merch.
Sell a few T-shirts. Maybe draw a house in Chicago. Being champion, it's above your pay grade. They did call him a backup plan, which I was like, that's kind of true.
I mean, yeah, it is true.
That's true. It's like, now, you got people believing that you're this great dude. Isn't it great to be alive? Locker room leader, but you're just complaining to my cousins, and they tell me everything. And once I get done with you, put you on the John Cena retirement tour. You can go down, teach the kids in NXT, and then bring them up to the main roster. I'm going to smash them as well. Roman tries to leave. Punk stops him. He's like, "Nah, you're not leaving. We're not done over here." He's like, "You're all alone right now. You got no cousins, no bloodline, no wise man. I took him." You're just running around doing nothing. You're on the bus by yourself. And I'm going to bury you next to your father. I was like, all right. Okay. What did you make of this whole thing?
Not as good as the last time.
No, I agree.
I will say that. I thought that it was effective. I had a lot of issues with it, but it was effective in, once again, pushing this as a rivalry between two top stars who genuinely hate each other or have a strong dislike for one another. Because Punk will admit that he actually hates Roman Reigns, even though we all know he does. And yeah, I felt like the reason why I don't think it was as like, I think that the first promo they had is the best talking segment that I saw in any company this year. And then the best promo segment that I've seen in WWE in over a year. I will say though, I feel like this one was a little bit off base. One, because it felt like it was two halves for both guys, where Roman had the better material, but it wasn't his strongest delivery of that material. He fumbled a few lines. He like talked over himself a couple of times. And then with Punk had very awful material, and he's just repeating the same things that he mentioned in the last one, but his delivery was actually really good this time. So it felt like both guys didn't have a balanced performance on the mic to me.
You know what part bothered me, and I forgot to mention this in the recap, but when Punk is like, you're here because of me, you picked me, you're in the main event of WrestleMania because of me, I'm like,
that's a lie. Like, he just lied. That's why
I'm like,
Punk had genuinely awful material because he's just lying. Why are you lying? It's supposed to be babyface versus babyface. They're supposed to be, if you're a CM Punk fan, you're supposed to stick with him. And I know there's going to be CM Punk fans that stick with him, but you cannot deny, even if you're a CM Punk fan, that he straight up lied multiple times last night.
I'm like, you can't tell the guy who has main evented the last 10 WrestleManias that you're in the main event because of me, when you've only main evented WrestleMania last year because Roman Reigns was involved.
You cried because you got the main event of WrestleMania because it meant so much to you. Like, you don't, even if you had this world title and you weren't versing Roman Reigns, you would not be in the main event of WrestleMania. What are you talking? He's the Royal Rumble winner, even by like kayfabe standards. He's the Royal Rumble winner. He picks you. That's why you're in the main event of WrestleMania. That doesn't, like, what are you talking about, Punk?
In fairness to like the kayfabe aspect of it, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble last year and he didn't get a main event of WrestleMania. So it's not even like, all right, he won the Royal Rumble type of thing. It literally is like, you're facing Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the main event. All he does is main event WrestleMania. Why was that triple threat match the main event last year? Because Roman Reigns was involved. Seth Rollins and CM Punk, for nothing, was not going to main event WrestleMania. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. Roman and Seth could have had that main event spot if they wanted it last year. Roman and whoever would have gotten that spot. Roman's the main event. Yeah, he chose you because you're the champion, sure. But let's not act like he's in the main event because of you. You're in the main event because this dude has main evented every single WrestleMania except for one for the last decade. What are we doing here?
It's just like, dude, Roman Reigns has main evented every WrestleMania since 2015, except when he had leukemia and when there was a global pandemic.
And he would have main evented that one if he didn't drop out of it. I'm not even counting that one. I'm only counting the one where he was coming off leukemia and faced Drew. That's the only one I'm counting. Because if he was still the champion going into that one, he would have been the main event.
Yeah. He would have main evented both of those. He would have main evented both. If he didn't have leukemia and relinquished the title, he would have main evented that one. And if he didn't, if there
I'm
wasn't
giving him that
pandemic, if it wasn't a global pandemic, he would have main evented that one with Goldberg. So it's just like what are we doing? Like, I know there's a bunch of people that's like, oh, Punk won this round, and I know that's what they were designed to do, but this felt like a 9-9 round for me. This felt like a tie at best.
Yeah, I kind of liked Roman's material a little bit. Like you mentioned, I thought his material was better. Like we talked about it after the first one. There ain't a whole lot Punk can come at Roman with because Roman just has better stuff no matter what. Like there are certain things from Punk that he can say about Roman, but Roman has way bigger things to hit back with if Punk wants to go there. So I always think Roman's going to win the material battle. I didn't love we talked about breaking kayfabe and stuff earlier when Roman's like, oh, this is why we brought you back, and like you're only the backup plan champion was a good line. I didn't mind that. But like, we brought you back to sell some t-shirts and use you. Like you're not supposed to be the champion and stuff. Like, all right, you're doing it within.
I'm gonna beat you and I'm gonna send you on a John Cena retirement tour.
Like you're doing it within like the confines of the feud, so like I'm okay with it. But in the kayfabe wrestling world of whatever the kayfabe wrestling world of WWE is now in a WWE Unreal world, it's like, well, Punk's the champion because he won matches and like he beat people. Was he supposed to be in that spot? Maybe not, because Seth got hurt and everything, but he still won the matches. He still won the titles and stuff. So Roman just being like, no, you weren't supposed to be here to be any type of champion. Like, this was not the plan for you. Like, and this is where Punk should have fired back. Like, this might not have been the plan, but I became undeniable because you didn't show up enough, and I'm here to carry the company because your ass is sitting at home. Like, all right, now we're at least getting into stuff we see on screen. Hated the final line by Punk. So I don't like any of the. I don't like it when MJF does it. I don't like it when they do it with Cody and stuff.
Honestly, the only person who makes it work for me is Christian Cage.
Christian's turned it into a bit, and that's why it works.
It became a bit, and that's why it worked. But I don't like it when a babyface is saying it. And I know this is supposed to get across the hatred that they had towards one another, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. It screamed desperation. It's like we gotta have a cool final line. We gotta have a final line that makes them go ooh at the end, and it felt like they were screaming. I was like, I told everybody in the True Hill Heat chat, and I'll say it here. I was like, it felt like they let off all their bullets in the first round, and now we're scraping the bottom of the barrel already. Where the logical next thing to happen is either y'all are scrapping the next time y'all are in the ring together, or Roman has to bring up your dog. And I'm sorry.
That's what I thought too.
If that's where we're at already, then it screams desperation to me.
I just think anytime you bring up like a dead relative and try to use that for heat, babyface heel, I don't care. I do agree with you of like babyface, it looks worse because you're the babyface. Why are you saying these things? It just feels like you are just out of ideas. If this is what you have to do to like gain a reaction out of things, like you can't figure anything else. You have no other material to where you got to bring up a dead relative. We all got dads. I hope everyone's dad is still alive. Spoiler alert, no offense, all of our dads are gonna die at some point. Okay, like
I think that's the other reason why we're perfect people to talk about this is that we recently in the last couple of years both lost our fathers, so that's gonna rub the both of us the wrong way when someone's bringing it up for heat in a wrestling angle.
It's not even like, even if my dad was still alive, I think it's just
I know that, but I'm just saying, but like from a fan perspective, like that, right? That it sounds a certain way to us, especially.
It's like, okay, you bring it up because they have ties to the wrestling business. I don't know what Punk's father situation is. It wasn't a wrestler or anything. I don't know if he's dead or alive or anything. But just because like they have ties to the wrestling business, like doesn't it still just feels so uncreative. It feels the same way as uncreative if like they didn't have ties to the wrestling business. Like when Candice LeRae brought up Maxine's brother and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what does this have to do with anything?
Paige and Charlotte Flair with Reed Flair.
Yeah, and Reed sort of ties to wrestling business, so they're like, oh, we can use this thing. It's like it's lame stuff. Like it gets an ooh out of the audience because anytime you just do that thing, like you're gonna get an ooh, like ooh, I can't believe he went there. I don't know. For me personally, when I hear it, I'm just like, if that's the best stuff you got, don't even bother talking. Like if you can't come up with anything else, then hey, your relative is dead. Don't even bother. Like you've lost at that point. Yeah. We all got relatives. All of our relatives are going to die. Like if that's all you can go with, don't even bother. Yeah, I'm sure Zilla was pissed. Zilla was gonna get mad regardless.
Zilla was he's also putting it up a little bit. He's on live stream. He has to play up stuff like that. So
Zilla's been angling for a job for a while now, so this is another way for him to do that. I mean, I'm sure like he didn't love the line. I'm sure he wasn't clued in because why? I don't think they have a reason to clue in Zilla Fatu on this stuff. But you know, I also think that it's like, ooh, how can I get into this? I mean, do you know how many fucking articles I've written over the years and literally years about Zilla Fatu talking about joining the bloodline and joining WWE and stuff? He's been doing this angle for a very long time. So hopefully it pays off for him at some point. I don't know, but he's been doing this for a couple years now.
Yeah. And like that's what I said. Like I have my complaints about this, and that the final line rubbed me the wrong way. It got what they wanted, though. It got the reaction that they wanted. They got the ooze from the crowd, and this is the main talking point from last night's show. So that's why I said it was the best thing I could say about it is that it was effective. Was it for me? No, it wasn't for me because I didn't like Roman's delivery, and I hated Punk's material. But they are getting across that this feels like the biggest rivalry heading into WrestleMania, and they're doing it all on television instead of social media. So, and they use whatever they did on social media, and they used it here, so it translated well in that case as well. So yeah, they're doing a good job of making this feel like a big time feud, a big time rivalry heading into WrestleMania, but. This wasn't the hit that the first promo segment was for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like it has more gravity than anything else on the show. Like they're stars. Roman's a star, and Punk is a star. Yeah, so they're gonna get the reaction regardless of the material, and that's why I wish some of the material was just better than it was last night.
It literally is like, dude, like what? Like I have so many questions where it's like, why would Roman let him walk away?
Yeah, I don't know why Roman just punched him in the mouth.
Yeah, I would have punched as soon as that came out his mouth. I would have punched him in the mouth. Like, and I know they're trying to get across the story of course, when you look at Roman Reigns and CM Punk, Roman should wipe the floor with CM Punk every single time. So they have to get across this whole thing that CM Punk is in Roman's head. He's winning the mental game because he can't win the physical game. And that's all fine and dandy. But when someone brings up your father, said they're going to bury you next to your father, that should have been his first response, is swing on him. And it should have been Punk ducks and then leaves and bails. If you're gonna say a line that makes you the heel, you gotta walk away like the heel and duck and just run tail and get the fuck out the ring. Like that's what I thought. That should have been the ending of the show.
Yeah, I'm with you with what you said earlier of like the next time they're in the ring together, Roman just got to immediately hit him. Or my first thought after that and the show ended, I was like, oh, so they're gonna bring up Larry, and I'm like, that that sucks to me too. Like,
yes,
I have no interest.
That might be worse than I'm not even gonna bury you next to your father because you don't know your father. I'm gonna bury you next to your dog.
Yeah.
It's like,
that sounds worse to me. Like, I don't have any interest in dead relative lines. I just don't. The only time it was good is when Boss Man was took the casket and drove it around and Big Show jumped on the back of it.
They don't neither one of these guys have that Boss Man in them. It's ready to cook a dog and feed it to him, or take the dead father in the casket and drive it around. Like, come on.
That's it. That's the only time this shit was ever good. Yeah, because Boss Man didn't say a line. He was about that action, you know? All right. Penta won the Intercontinental Championship, defeated Dominic Mysterio after Judgment Day, refused to help Dominic, at least Finn. Then JD tried, but Finn was like, no, we're not doing that. Penta hit a dive over the top rope to take out the Judgment Day, and then he hit the Destroyer on Dominic for the victory. Surprising for you, SP3?
Nope.
No?
Not really surprising. Because I knew this is what WWE would do. And then it was confirmed with the backstage segment that they did before this. But I'm not surprised because they did emphasize that Penta has lost so many times, and it also was the fact that when he became number one contender, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do another Penta and Dom matchup. Like, at this point, he has to win. He has to win if he's getting another title shot, or you're just saying, oh, you're not that guy for us. We don't believe in you all that much. That's what you're saying. If he would have lost again to Penta. Penta would have lost again to Dirty Dom. I thought it was a very fun matchup. They've developed really good chemistry against one another. The Judgment Day lore of it makes me believe that we're still going to get Finn versus Dom. I just don't have any faith in Penta as Intercontinental Champion to have anything prominent on the WrestleMania card, because they have not set anything up for him to be prominent on the WrestleMania card unless he's doing. That's how far Gunther's fallen. He's fallen. He's got to get another shot at the Intercontinental title. That'd be booking malpractice at its finest. But we'll get to Gunther in a bit. But Penta being Intercontinental Champion, all fine and dandy. Maybe they'll do like a random throw mid-carders in there for a multi-man matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, the Americanos are in there. That's what he's been basically building outside of the Intercontinental, chasing the Intercontinental title, is the Americano. So maybe he'll be involved with original Americano and then the newer Americano in a multi-man matchup. But that's not prominent. That's why I said I don't have any faith. And Javon will be in there as well. Javon versus Penta is not a WrestleMania match. It's going to be a good match, but it's not a WrestleMania match. Neither one of them are even pushed even remotely to a level that can say that that's a prominent WrestleMania matchup. It's not. It's just not. They're both talented. I like both of them, but you can't tell me that they're getting pushes that make that seem like that's going to be a prominent spot on the WrestleMania card. That's the equivalent of Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano from last year, where it was a match that was like second match on the card that nobody really remembers from last year. So
in fairness, it was supposed to be
I don't want that
Rey
for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, I know. But even if it was Rey, it would have been second from the top, and we wouldn't be talking about it all that much. And we haven't. No one's mentioned the fact that Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano last year, but people have still been talking about that 4-way that they did, because that actually had some story to it. You had the whole element of Dom and Finn Balor. You had the whole element of Braun Breaker being this dominant Intercontinental Champion. Penta still had a bunch of shine on him from first coming into the company. I'm happy for Penta. I do think that it was the right time for Penta to win a championship, but I just don't have any faith that they're going to give him anything prominent. And honestly, to me, there's going to be people that's out there and say, oh, Dom and Finn didn't need the Intercontinental Championship. There's an inverse to that y'all are totally ignoring if you believe that. The Intercontinental title needed Dom and Finn. That's how the Intercontinental title would have had a prominent spot on the WrestleMania card at this rivalry that they've been building for the last 2.5 years. That makes the Intercontinental title in a prominent spot. That is the thing with WWE. Sometimes they'll have rivalries that, it doesn't need a title, but the title needs that rivalry. That's how it works in WWE.
It's going to be Penta, Dom, and Finn in a triple threat match.
And that's probably the best case scenario for the Intercontinental title and Penta.
Now, I'm with you with Penta. I have no idea what he's doing going into WrestleMania. You can maybe get there in some stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of faith that they're going to put the care and the effort into what Penta is doing. So I expect it to just be some multi-man match where it just becomes, hey, let's just have a bunch of people be like, hey, I want the Intercontinental title. And Penta being like, okay, Cerro Miedo, I'll face all of you. And that's it.
Yep. And they throw a ladder in there.
Oh, God. You mentioned Dominic Mysterio got cursed before the match by Danhausen. This is what we talked about of Danhausen. He's going to be very good in these 30-second, 1-minute backstage promos and just backstage interactions. And he's going to get some jokes in. He's going to get some laughs. And then they're going to move on. That's exactly what this was. And this is how you use him. This is why the Elimination Chamber debut, I was like, he's set up to fail because they're trying to make it like this big thing. And they're, he's coming out of a box and it's going to be, it's such a big surprise and all this stuff. And then you do a big entrance in the arena and whatnot. And it's like, no, this is not who he is. He's a backstage vignette guy. And he's very good at that, mind you. But that's what he does, and that's what he does very well, and that's what he did here, and it was good.
This was better quality minutes for Danhausen because not only did he do the whole cursing of Dom, which segued into him being 1-0 in WWE on curses, and he led to Dom losing the championship, but he set up several different other segments in this 2 minutes that he had with this whole Demandhausens, with the Triple H point picture. That's a segment within itself. Him getting a Hall of Fame induction. Him getting a Hall of Fame induction, that sells itself. He could just show up at the Hall of Fame. I'm here for my Hall of Fame induction, and like that whole thing. This works for him. Yeah, use him as a backstage type of guy. Use him coming under the ring and cursing somebody before they take a loss. That is how you should use Danhausen. I was like, this is a much better use than whatever they did at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, this is how you use him. And I assume they'll continue to use him in this way. Or they'll screw it up.
Yeah, true.
Hopefully he has a blimp by the time we get to WrestleMania. He needs his blimp.
He needs a blimp. We need some blimp stuff.
Show opened with the only way Triple H knows how to open a show nowadays is the vision and them threatening to take over the show because that's all they can do. And then Adam Pearce comes out yelling, and I'm like, this sucks. And then it actually got good. Like I'll give them credit of the fake mask man stuff doesn't really do anything for me. I'm like, you guys aren't fake Stings, but sure. But Seth Rollins hitting Paul Heyman with the chair, stomping Paul Heyman bleeding. I was like, all right, we actually got some good plot point and moving stuff forward. Seth got a very good reaction as well. Like this actually felt hot compared to the previous weeks that did not feel hot at all.
Yeah, it felt hot. It got a big reaction. It just wasn't for me. I am sorry. Yeah, the vision feels like we're going in the opposite direction. You know how like Pokemon, where you have like the different evolutions and it goes
devolve.
Up, but this one is devolving. Yeah, you had Bloodline, then you had the Judgment Day, now you got the Vision. And just Vision stuff for Vision's sake, Masked Man and Austin Theory being so bad on the mic. Oh my God. Oh, just I've been
on him.
And Logan Paul isn't that much better. Like,
No.
Logan Paul sucks as well. Like, you have Paul Heyman right there, the greatest talker of all time. Just have him talk all the time. Yeah, he's washed, but at least he's better than these two. My God, don't give them a mic. Don't ever let these guys talk, ever. And Seth doing the same Shield thing that he's been doing for the last 12 years. It's just not. And how is he a babyface? I'm sorry. Are there any baby faces on this show? Because Seth Rollins is supposed to be the babyface. He hits a guy that's in near like 70 in the back with a steel chair. Then he stomps him and busts him open. Mind you, this is what the commentary team didn't want to tell y'all, and I'm gonna be the one who says it. I didn't hear anybody say this. Paul Heyman did not actually turn on Seth Rollins. He did it under duress. What other choice did he have? He had Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed saying, "You better raise our hand or we're gonna kill you too." And he did it under duress. That's how he turned.
But he was still talking shit.
So what?
He was still aligned. He was still aligned with them and was taking shots at Seth Rollins. And then when Becky confronted him, he was still going at her and Seth. So
I'm okay. No, he wasn't. Becky bodied him. He backed down to Becky Lynch. And Becky said, Seth is going to come back and he's going to whoop your ass and all of this. Yeah, that's it. And
that's what he did. I'm okay with Seth hitting Paul Heyman with a chair and stomping him. Like, you can be a babyface and do that. Steve Austin beat the shit out of Vince McMahon every week. Like,
hey, Vince was making his life a living hell. He was his boss. He wasn't just talking shit about him. He made his life tougher.
In Seth's mind, Paul Heyman
has had no effect on Seth Rollins' life.
In Seth's mind, Paul Heyman was making his life a living hell by aligning with Braun Breaker and then staying with Bronson Reed and bringing in Brock Lesnar and getting Austin Theory and getting Logan Paul and everything. That's how Seth is processing things. Let that man process. He's a Bears fan.
It seems like misdirected aggression.
He's aggressive at all these guys.
He
can only go after two of them though, because everybody else is hurt right now.
These guys weren't even in the vision.
The enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Or the friend of my enemy is my enemy. That's how he's looking at it. No, that's not weird.
He's a weirdo. Seth Rollins is a weirdo.
It's like Seth is a Bears fan. He might like Jordan Love. He's like, yeah, Jordan Love isn't anything to me. Oh, he plays for the Packers? No. Fuck Jordan Love. I don't like him.
I agree with Henry in the chat. Jeremy's approving of elderly abuse. I don't believe in elderly abuse.
I mean, Paul Heyman has done his fair share of fucking people over the years, so he's got a few things coming to him, honestly.
I'm not hating on Seth Rollins. I'm just calling him out on what he there was no reason to attack Paul Heyman. Go to the hospital and attack Bronson Reed. Go to the hospital and attack Braun Breaker. What are we doing?
That'd actually be good. I'd be fine with Seth just going to the hospital. But then he's going after
with a bedpan.
Right, but then he's going after injured people. That's not very babyface.
Not very babyface what he did last night either. But y'all seem to love it.
It was y'all. The crowd loved it.
Hey, it seemed like the chat is back. Hashtag Jeremy is right. I mean, that is probably the most wrong person ever to quote in the chat because he doesn't have a good take ever in life. So never mind. But yeah, there's some other people who are agreeing with you as well.
The crowd did love it. Look, this actually got a reaction. And I was just thankful that something happened that wasn't just a Vision takeover. And
I thought the second half of this was really a lot of fun because it felt chaotic with them stretching Heyman into the ambulance and then Jimmy popping out the car and attacking Austin Theory, and then LA Knight being a horrible driver and nearly running someone down.
Yeah, it did. That looked bad. I was like, oh shit. I'm glad that guy got out of the way because that could have been really bad. People just hate on Seth. I mean, maybe not you here, but Seth does have a lot of detractors.
This is true.
Which I understand.
But then there's the people that overcompensate for him. Shout out to Corey Haynes. I've been talking to him more. He's a cool brother. I'm actually going to be doing a podcast with him. Spoiler alert for True Hill.
You want to say
later
Phil
on
too?
This week. Huh?
I said you want to say Phil as well.
I mean, he's been overcompensating.
Phil is a very admitted Seth Rollins fan.
Yeah, they are like Seth Rollins and CM Punk fans very much overcompensate for these guys. But it was Corey in particular where I had to be like, yeah, I think Seth Rollins is an all-time great in all this. But he said Seth Rollins is a draw and good for business. I was like, there's one half of that that's true. He is good for business. But I think being good for business and being a draw are two totally different things. Like, I'm sorry. Seth Rollins is an all-time great. He's one of the greatest in-ring performers in WWE history. He is definitely one of the top guys in the company. I cannot say he's a legitimate draw. Yeah. He's not a draw to me.
I can't. Look, I'm not even like a huge Seth Rollins fan. I'll forever say nice things about Seth Rollins, the person. I guess that's Colby. I'll forever say nice things about Colby because of he was willing to give me a suit for my wedding. And we had a very nice exchange and he wished me well ahead of my wedding. So I'll say nice things forever about Colby. Seth Rollins, television character, wrestler, very good wrestler. He's had moments where I've enjoyed a lot of his stuff.
All-time great. All-time great.
He's had stuff that I haven't quite been a fan of, though. Yeah, that's where I'm at of Seth Rollins as a wrestling character.
There's so many like all-time greats that aren't technically draws. Like in wrestling history, ladies and gentlemen, there's only been like probably 10 draws ever. Like that can call themselves legitimate draws. CM Punk is one now. CM Punk went over to AEW. He's doing it in WWE. He's a draw. Roman Reigns, he's a draw. Like these guys are draws. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, like Ric Flair. There's a bunch of guys that you could call a draw. The Undertaker, later on in his career, he became a draw. You can even make the case. You could probably make more of a case for Shawn Michaels, who I wouldn't call a draw. You could probably make more of a case for Shawn Michaels than Seth Rollins. But it's only like two handfuls of people that are actually legitimate draws. Seth Rollins can be an all-time great. He can be great at everything else in the business, but he is not a draw. He's just not a draw. He's never been the number one guy in this company, so I can't call him a draw.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Seth as a bona fide draw. Seth is... Never mind.
What happened, Mrs.?
No. I was going to bury my own bit, and then I just decided to not do it.
Okay.
I'll say it, because people might actually turn me back babyface here. Seth Rollins is Klay Thompson. He's a good role player. He's an all-time great on that certain team, and that's it. Can he carry his own team? I don't know. Never saw it. Didn't have to, but he won championships with the team that he was on. And he did certain things very well on that team. That's all right. That's what I was debating on saying, because I already called.
It's definitely true.
I know it's true. Yeah. Like I actually think it's pretty true.
And you can make I see delayed grads. He's very adamant. Seth Rollins is a draw. He's one of the biggest names in wrestling. Let's not cap. There was a time when Seth Rollins had WWE on his back. When was the time when Seth Rollins was the number one guy in WWE? Please let me know. Because all I remember is Roman Reigns was the most pushed guy in WWE for most of his like main years where he was world champion. And then when Roman Reigns got leukemia and he was out of the company, his wife became the number one guy in the company, the number one person or star in the company. So let's let's be real. Let's be real. He can be, I said, he's an all-time great. He is one of the best to ever do it, to lace up the boots and step inside the square circle. There is a difference between being that and being the top draw in the company. He's never been that.
Yeah, I think people gotta understand also just the drawing aspect of things, because like you said, like, there's only a handful throughout history. It's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing. And this is, I don't think SP3 is knocking Seth Rollins by saying this, because he's putting him over and he's said where his spot. But it's the same thing of like the face of the NBA type thing.
Yep.
It's like, was Shaq the face of the NBA? Was Hakeem the face of the NBA? Shaq's got more of an argument. Like, was Hakeem? No. I think Hakeem is a top 10 player of all time. Let's not confuse that with the fact that of carrying the NBA through stretches. Like, that was Jordan. Even when Jordan was retired, it was Jordan, because people were following his baseball career more than they were following the NBA. Like, there's just a difference between this stuff. There's only been a handful of faces of the NBA. Kevin Durant, all-time great player. Was he ever the face of the NBA? No, he was there. He was there with LeBron. He was there with Steph. But both of those guys were the faces over Kevin Durant. Now, look, I will certainly always say fuck Kevin Durant. Still hasn't tweeted since February 15th. But, you know, he was not a face of the NBA. He was a very big part of an ensemble group, but he was not the guy at any point when it comes to this. That's where I'm at with things. Oh, yeah, Deion Waiters definitely is that's the lineage there. I'm with Louis. No can defend the Deion Waiters step back.
Delay Grass saying, okay, you're redefining draw as the absolute top guy. Draw normally means that you're a guy who gets butts in the seats. You can do that without being the top guy. Name the show that Seth Rollins put butts in the seats. That he was the marquee name, that he was the draw for that show. You can't. He's a great, all-time great in-ring performer. That is different from being a draw. He's not the guy who put butts in the seats. There's always been another guy there. John Cena, he came up and he became a top star when John Cena was the draw of the company. Then it went from John Cena to Roman Reigns being the draw of the company. Like, it's never been Seth Rollins. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a Seth Rollins fan too, but I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Becky's more of a draw than him. You're not even the biggest draw in your household. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll see if Seth gets his Braun Breaker match or his Logan Paul match or his Austin Theory match. Maybe they're just going to do Seth, LA Knight, Jimmy, and Jey against Brock, Logan, Theory, and Braun Breaker to protect Braun Breaker from actually doing anything.
Okay, so I feel like I'm having a debate with delayed grabs. He says, remember his run after he cashed in at WrestleMania? Seth was the top character on that run. This guy does not remember that run. Seth Rollins lost more than any WWE champion of that decade. He was not the top draw. What's more talked about 10 years later? John Cena's US championship run during that era, or Seth Rollins after he cashed in? I'll let you answer that and let me know who is more talked about. Talk to 10 people who was wrestling fans in 2015 and ask them, what do they remember more? Seth Rollins being WWE champion or John Cena's US title run? Let's be real here. Come on, man. Like,
I think the real answer is J&J Security. We will not erase them from history here.
Come on. What are we doing here? Like, come on.
Yeah, the cash-in was a great moment, but
it was a great moment. It's a moment. But if you're talking about his title run, he was not the top character on that run. He just wasn't.
But he had J&J Security. They were great. Gunther beat Dragon Lee because Dragon Lee is never going to win. He ripped off his mask, put him in the sleeper, and then Dragon Lee tapped out so he could cover his face. Unfortunately, they took a shot of his face uncovered. Terrible production work there, because I'm not sure that was supposed to happen. But I thought this match was great, though. This
awesome.
was
probably the best match we've seen on Raw in like over a month.
Balor and Punk. How long ago was that?
Was that a month ago? January 19th. That
Oh,
was the
was it?
last good episode of Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Was it that
January
long ago?
19th. Yes, January
Jesus.
19th.
Okay. I thought it was February. Like, you could have told me that match was in February. I'd been like, yeah, that makes sense.
There was. I told John there was
Yeah,
nothing
you did say
good about Monday Night Raw.
You did say there was nothing good in February. Maybe I just blocked out all of February. It's like it was all just one stretch, January to February for me. But yeah, it was the best match since Balor and Punk, because that was the last good Raw match that I can remember outside of the great series between Natty and Maxine. Gunther wins again. Great match, and now Gunther will face Penta at WrestleMania.
Maybe. Yeah, you might be right. But yeah, awesome match. I thought they worked really well with each other. Probably the most physical that we've seen from a Dragon Lee matchup in WWE. Like, they just went at it. Even from the opening when Dragon Lee attacks him in the entranceway, and then Gunther does that crazy backdrop into the timekeeper's area. I was like, damn, that bump had to suck. And then the power bomb on the table, that lariat when he turned Dragon Lee inside out, and then Dragon Lee busting out a lariat of his own, turning Gunther inside out. I was like, yeah, they go and they bring in the physicality here. It was hard hitting. I seen too much of the unmask a luchador into the finish, but never seen it in that way where it's unmask him and then put him in a sleeper and then he taps out to get to basically cover his face. That was a nice little variation on that trope that we've seen too many times with luchadors, and I thought they built it up very well throughout the matchup because Gunther kept pulling on the mask throughout the match. And then, yeah, I agree with you. The production era of showing his face, like, and yeah, I see people in the chat bringing it up, Sean getting heat for that. It's like, that's WWE. Why are y'all not mad at WWE instead of the person who posted it on social media when multiple accounts were posting it on social media?
Yeah, like do I think Sean needed to use that photo? No, but he was highlighting that the mask was ripped off. Well, that's the mask being ripped off. Yeah, WWE is the one that did the shot, so go with them for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Idiots. But Sean can just post hello and he's gonna get heat off of anything.
It's like, how dare you say hello to me? Man. I didn't want you to say hello today. But great match. Yeah, Gunther is the best worker in WWE today. I just think that he can always deliver matches like this. It just sucks that we've seen most of Gunther's great matches this year on TV, not on like pay-per-view. Because, well, he had the great match with AJ at Royal Rumble, but like Elimination Chamber probably needed a match like this on the card. So I wish that this matchup probably was on Elimination Chamber instead of this episode, but it did make this episode better. So thumbs up to both guys. Probably the best up there for his like best Dragon Lee WWE matches.
Yeah, I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
I can't think of like singles matches.
Yeah, singles matches. I mean, he's probably had like 5 singles matches anyway.
Yeah, the tag matches with AJ were all great, but like singles matches, that probably is his best effort.
Yeah. Obafemi and Rusev got into a fight, and Obafemi choke slammed him or chest slammed him, and Rusev ran away. Okay.
It was an encounter. It sets up next week Obafemi versus Rusev, which I assume Obafemi gets the win, and then maybe the week after he comes out for the Brock Lesnar Open Challenge.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. We shall see.
Well, WrestleVotes also said, that the Gunther plans are uncertain, but it's down to 3 names of Oba, Rey Mysterio, and Brock Lesnar.
It's gonna be Penta. I'm glad they're uncertain on what they're doing with the guy who retired John Cena and AJ Styles.
Thank you. This company is not in a good place. Like, I can't emphasize that any more than Gunther. They don't know what they're doing with Gunther. The guy who literally was the world heavyweight champion going into last WrestleMania and put over your popular Yeet guy. Then the year before that, he had one of the best matches at WrestleMania with Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. The year before that, he had one of the best matches at WrestleMania with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. He's been the top heel. He just retired John Cena and AJ Styles within a month's time in between. And y'all don't know what y'all doing with him for WrestleMania season?
Yeah.
Cooked.
Liv Morgan had a vignette, and she talked about her struggle and how Stephanie doesn't know anything about her struggle. She apologized for getting signed when she was 20 while Stephanie got rejected, and she apologized that she got to train and wrestle all of the best while Stephanie grew up mud hut wrestling in flea-infested rings for 10 years. And then she said she was, I work hard, I'm talented. She sees a little bit of herself in Stephanie, and now she gets to face her at WrestleMania. Okay.
This feud's up to a good start, guys.
I thought the production was good on this vignette.
The production was really well done. It was really well done. The context, however, oh my God. This woman performed in Arena Mexico when they had started their run of selling out every single week.
Yeah, flea-infested Arena Mexico.
Flea-infested Arena Mexico, considered the cathedral of Lucha Libre. Flea-infested rings.
Like, I get the point she's trying to make, and you have to make the material, I guess, salacious for reasons, because obviously Stephanie didn't start at Arena Mexico either.
No.
Like, Liv literally started at the Performance Center. She didn't do independent runs. She didn't wrestle in front of like 50 people and all of that stuff. Like, she straight into the Performance Center on television within however long, had to go through all the gimmicks that she had to go through to get to this point. While Stephanie did have to go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is Liv like a top 5 like Performance Center alumni
success story?
Yeah.
All right, we got to count Roman, I think.
Do we? He started in FCW.
Oh, okay. You're going FCW. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Performance. Okay, just Performance Center. Yeah, I guess FCW doesn't like fully count as Performance Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlotte, Bianca.
Charlotte. Yeah, Bianca. It's all women.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the men who have come out there now, Rhea wrestled too much on like the indies and stuff before she got to the Performance Center. I feel like all the men who come out there were also kind of like indie people. Now they've done a little bit better. Like Oba is getting there.
Oba Trick.
Yeah, Trick. Yeah. Nah, Becky wrestled in Shimmer.
Becky wrestled on the indies. Bailey wrestled on the indies. Sasha wrestled on the indies.
Alexa's a good call.
Yeah, Alexa's a good shot.
Another woman.
We need men, guys.
It's just been recent for men. Like, it really has, because all of the good Performance Center men are just kind of the lately people. Who's the best performance center from the men like before this recent run?
I'm trying to literally like think about it, but like when you think about like Braun Breaker, but he's recent too. But
he's still he feels more recent on this.
Yeah.
Gable might be a good shout.
Gable,
I feel like Gable didn't do LA Knight.
Now you're just being funny.
Logan Paul is honestly like a good
that's a good shout too. It is a good shout too.
Montez Ford. Okay.
That's a good shout, but he's not even on TV now, it seems. So
Chad Gable might be the answer.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else from like that era who was straight performance center. Because most of the black and gold era was like indie people. That's the thing is it was complete indie people. So it's tough to say they came from the performance center. I mean, you can't say they came from the performance center. Now it's a little bit more. Braun Strowman, okay.
Braun Strowman's a good shout. Our boy Bishop Dyer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was thinking of people like who are actually still in the company. That's why I didn't think of Braun and Bishop. But yeah, they should be up there. Braun might actually be the answer as far as who had the most success, like main roster and everything. He might actually be the answer.
That's true.
And Gable's the best wrestler of the bunch, but Braun had I would say by far the most success. Like he was actually a world champion and everything. Like Dyer did a lot of cool stuff. Gable has done good stuff, but Braun was actually a main event guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this promo could have been better. I don't know who wrote it. They did a poor job writing it.
I thought that Liv delivered the promo pretty well.
Yeah, it was shot well. The delivery was good. The material just
the material wasn't the best. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Mason was football. Mansoor wrestled on the indies and stuff. I'm not giving them credit for Mansoor. So no. He's not getting credit there. Or they're not getting credit. I'm not giving him credit. We still have heat over transcriptions. So speaking of Gable, he wrestled Rayo Americano. Can we just do this man's first mask match and be done with all of this?
This would have been much better if it was Chad Gable versus Pete Dunne.
Yeah. I'm over this whole thing. Can you believe it's been like a year since we've done the Americano stuff?
It's been over a year now, Jeremy. It's been over a year since they started the El Grande Americano story, and it's still going. And now the whole thing is, hey, whichever Americano is wearing the black, they're the heel here. So the original El Grande wears the black mask in Mexico because he's the heel, and then when you come over to America, the new El Grande is the heel because he's wearing all black. Yeah, this sucks. Just keep it on AAA at this point. Like keep it on AAA. Like it's actually fine. Good. It's actually over there. Like it's not over here.
No, it's a lame.
Pretty good matched up though. Pretty good matchup.
Yeah. Anything else happen on this show?
Jimmy and Austin Theory and Jey Uso really selling that injury that he suffered on SmackDown.
He just got injured for the weekend. He's like, I'm good. I'm back.
We just had to write you off of Elimination Chamber. You'll be right back on Monday.
Yeah. I saw Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso and Austin Theory. I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Yo, I contemplated. I literally messaged Trill Heat chat. I was like, I might go to sleep, guys. Like they just gave me the Americanos, and now they're gonna roll out Austin Theory and Jimmy Uso. I'm like, yeah, I might have to tap this one out, bro.
Yeah. Don't need that. Don't need it. And I guess we're gonna do the Usos against Theory and Logan Paul. Like,
that's the WrestleMania match, or they probably do that on TV. I would think
maybe, but if Braun is back, then Seth and Braun's probably the Mania match. I've been saying they're not getting Bad Bunny, So where else are you going to put Theory and Logan?
It has seemed like they were gonna do Vision versus the Usos because what other tag team are they gonna face on Monday Night Raw? The Los Americanos? No, they ain't gonna do that. So yeah, it does make sense to do the Vision, but how do you get 6 more weeks out of this story? That the Usos versus Vision started in the summer of 2025.
How did they get 6 more weeks out of everything? SP3.
How do you get 6 more weeks out of I'm gonna bury you next to your father? How do you get 6 more?
They're gonna do title glances the entire time.
They obviously can't get 6 more weeks out of Stephanie and Liv because they just did a vignette and called it a day.
Yeah, I'm very worried about. Actually, you know what? I'm all for this Usos Vision feud. Give them a good 15-minute talking segment too. I just want to see this whole thing go off the rails. Can you imagine Logan, Austin Theory, and the Usos getting 10 to 15 minutes on the mic? That has train wreck all over it. I'm for it. I need that.
That sounds really, really bad. And maybe with LA Knight driving the ambulance that had Paul Heyman, that's how they set up LA Knight and Brock Lesnar.
God, I guess. Sure.
You gotta make Brock look strong ahead of his retirement matchup in SummerSlam.
Poor LA Knight, man. Dude was over, couldn't crack where everyone thought he should have cracked. And then he does one thing wrong in each match, and Triple H is like, strike. He's just keeping a tab of all these strikes. He's struck out 4 times now. All right, he's done. He's absolutely done. You can't forgive one thing that this man does.
I can't wait for Unreal Season 4 to see what Triple H said to LA Knight after Elimination Chamber. He's like, this is supposed to be your moment, man. You're supposed to jump up to the top rope, hit the elbow drop, boom. You're supposed to look to the crowd. The crowd is supposed to get behind you, and they're supposed to be like, LA Knight. And then everybody's supposed to be like, oh my God, LA Knight's going to win the Elimination Chamber. You come so close to winning the chamber. And then you get low blowed by Logan Paul. Logan Paul pins you, and then it brings the crowd down, and he can build it back up toward the finish. You were supposed to do your job, man. And LA Knight's just like,
that's how it's gonna go, dude.
Yeah,
you know, they're gonna walk into WrestleMania. I hope LA Knight doesn't have any disillusions about what's gonna happen at WrestleMania if he faces Brock, because that has Moxley and Brock written all over it. LA Knight's got all these ideas and shit, and Brock's just like, how many suplexes you taking, kid? How many you want to take?
He's like, what's your finish? Oh, the BFT? I'm going to kick out of it.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. How many suplexes you taking? I'm kicking out of 1 BFT. You're going down after 1 F5. That's the match, brother. LA Knight's like, I gotta hit this move. I think I can pull out. Let me try to do a Hurricane Rana in this one. Brock's like, the fuck out of here. This is bullshit. The Pauls have told me about you. We ain't doing none of that. All right? None of it. You
can't even be counted on to do one of your signature moves. I can't count on you to do any of that.
He ain't even taking the BFT. He's going to go over the BFT, and Brock's just going to block it and turn it into an F5. That's the match right there. That's it. Not doing none of this bullshit.
I want to see that now. I really want to see Brock.
That's the unreal stuff I want to see is LA Knight over here trying to pitch his shit to Brock Lesnar for Mania, and Brock just being like,
no, we ain't doing that, brother. We ain't doing that.
LA Knight's going to go to Heyman and being like, come on, can you talk to him about this? And Heyman's like, well, he doesn't want to really do any of this stuff. So you gotta understand where your position is on the card right now. Right now, we're here to make Brock Lesnar, but this will come back around to you. It'll be fine.
That's the biggest match of your career, I promise you.
Poor LA Knight. Everyone's like, he's getting a big match. He's getting a big match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Yeah, wait till that match.
Wait till it happens.
Yeah, wait till that match plays out.
Oh yeah, the only thing we missed out on the show was the Rio segment.
Yeah, why do they just like gotta break up? Like, can't you just still be friends and stuff? Like, we lost the titles.
We got a long distance relationship now.
Yeah, even though Io is gonna be on SmackDown going after the U.S. title. Oh, I don't understand why they had to break up here. I'm like, Rio is forever. I was like, okay. Remember when Rio was a bitch last year and like tried to complain her way into a title shot?
Just totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, I like Io and I like Rhea. I didn't feel like they needed to do like a full-on breakup type thing.
It's like we're gonna see other people.
Yeah, they're just gonna see, but they're gonna see each other on SmackDown though.
She probably is gonna be on SmackDown. You're probably right.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to whatever Jade and Rhea have to say on Friday. That could be something. So we'll see. But
we want Charlotte and Tiffany time. Let's go.
You know, that's still my peak of WrestleMania build last year. Was that segment? I need that with Rhea and Jade Cargill.
Piper Nevin owns. I just want to say that.
You can't go at Piper on Twitter. She's too good. Yeah, she's too good.
I don't need to embarrass you. Just give you more ring time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Jade has some stuff, but man, like anyone can just oh no, don't reveal
Speaking of the devil
yourself. Nobody screenshot that and post it.
No one post that.
No one screenshot that and post it, please. We cannot have that.
Oh my god! Oh man, you should have put on like freaking black. Black eyebrows.
He's half Bloodline, half Luchador with the hoodie there.
I know. That's the 20-second hoodie angle I've seen in wrestling.
Wait, can I turn off? No, I can't turn off Sean's camera. I can just like take him off of the screen.
Am I still here? Am I on a very public stream right now?
No, nobody watches this show. You're fine.
No, nobody watches.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Your cat's reacting. Your cat's marking out.
Yeah, your cat is freaking out over there.
I've got like a pillow and blanket down there because he's been sick all day and not like not making like a lot of noise. And now he's just like, oh, that's all I wanted to see.
How you doing, Sean?
I'm great.
Been up to anything lately?
I called a racist yesterday. Got called a racist last night. Getting called a racist today because one, I retweeted a bunch of wrestlers' posts about each other. We wrote stories about them. I'm dropping another story today. That should be good. Of which listen, Dave ain't got it all right there. But
dude, how off base are you?
I posted a screenshot, literally just hitting pause. I hit rewind 10 seconds, pause, first opportunity, bam, there we go. People act like I'm able to zoom in and enhance like it's fucking Super Troopers. Like, they aired this on their Instagram, their Facebook, their Twitter. They put it on 2 different YouTube videos and did a replay of it. But no, it was not supposed to happen like that.
Well, you have more cachet online than the WWE, clearly.
Yes. And Newsweek, apparently. Newsweek ran it as well.
Oh, this is great.
I saw that and I was just like, oh.
I've been called a gringo a lot today.
Are you a good base?
No, really not. No.
Okay.
When I get asked to do matches, I'm like, I hope I don't have to catch anybody. I did suplex Effie, and he was like, "Here, I'll get up for you a little bit," and I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm dead."
Got him straight strength.
He's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, man.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp 5 mocks luchadors and Mexican culture on ITW.
I just see somebody saying, "Why is SRS quadrupling down on that shit 8 hours ago? Quintupling down. Wasn't wrong. Wasn't wrong. Goodbye."
Bye, Sean. Good luck
Bye,
today.
Sean. That was a great run-in.
Poor Sean.
Oh, man.
It's just like, again, people just get mad at him, you know?
You can't
And then bless Sean, like he doesn't ignore it. Because, you know, I tweet some dumb stuff and I just immediately ignore it. I'm like, whatever. I don't care what you people have to say. He's like, nope, I'm going to respond and fire back at every single one of you. And I respect that he's like, yeah, I'm not taking
I respect him.
bullshit. Because he in fairness, like he gets it a lot worse. Like people just like, I don't know, might make fun of my opinions or whatever. Yeah, calling the man like a racist, everything. Like, yeah, you kind of got to respond.
That's wild.
To that. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, AJ Lee said she's gonna like face people as well. All right.
Was that a nothing? That was basically the CM Punk promo from last week. He said nothing.
They copy each other's homework. That's all they do. That's what they did the other week with the I'm in your head type thing. You're not gonna do anything to me. They're like, all right, what can I do this week that you can do next week? That's what they do.
Hey, the gauntlet next week should be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to Maxine Dupree winning.
I hope not. She wasn't advertised for the matchup, so I hope not.
Just wait, brother. Just wait. She's gonna be a surprise entry because it's gonna be, it's gonna be like Natty is who's in this gauntlet? I don't even know.
It was Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, Io, Bailey, Asuka, and Lyra.
Oh, so Natty's not in it either. Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. Natty cut a promo where she says she was convinced she was a killer who was convinced to be a bimbo. So she's here to tell Maxine that she's an actual bimbo. And some people said that was a great promo. I must have saw a different promo.
Okay, here's how we're going to piss off the most people possible because that's what I'm all about. Bailey beats some people to start with, whatever, it's fine. She eliminates everybody you just mentioned who aren't the people I'm about to mention, if that makes sense.
She eliminates Ivy now. That's it.
And Raquel.
Nah, Raquel's beaten.
No.
Raquel's
Let me set up my booking here. SP3, okay? All right. She eliminates Raquel. She eliminates Lyra as well. And then Natty comes out. She's surprise entrant number 1. Natty comes out. Natty beats Bailey. Okay, cool. Natty's like, oh, okay. Asuka and Rio are left, right? Or Io are left, right? That's it? Okay. She's like, all right, here we go. Maxine comes out. And Maxine beats Natty. And then Asuka comes out. And Maxine beats Asuka. And then Io comes out. And Maxine beats Io.
Oh, I feel like I have bugs all over me. Oh, that's frightening.
You gotta let me set up my terrible booking here. Raquel does not need to factor into this. No one cares if she's gonna get beat.
Oh man, that's bad.
Maxine defeating Asuka and Io. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Damn, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad.
Sure. That happens. All right. What was your moment of Monday? SP3.
My moment of Monday had to be Gunther and Dragon Lee, and yes, seeing Dragon Lee's face because WWE's production didn't cut to a different camera angle at the time.
You know what mine was? And you can tell me if I misheard this. During that opening segment, Adam Pearce comes out and he's like, you guys, I think you had something to do with Jey Uso. And I swear Logan Paul was like, yeah, we did. And then Paul Heyman had to be like, we didn't do anything about that. Like, we didn't do anything with Jey. I swear
it did sound like that.
Logan Paul said, yeah, we did on that. I was like, you just admitted it. You just gave it away right there. Yeah, and then Paul Heyman tried to course correct of being like, oh, no, we didn't do anything. Maybe I misheard it. It's very possible, you know.
I think it sounded like that. I don't think that's what he said, but yeah, it did sound like he said something.
I don't want to like go back and like rewatch this whole segment. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
But I'm gonna see if it's up on YouTube real quick. Like, it's got to be the whole segment though, because I'm like, you know, skipping around and everything. I don't think they're gonna have the whole segment. I think they're just gonna have the Seth Rollins beating the shit out of Paul Heyman segment. Unfortunately, I don't know. You guys tell me what you heard. That's what I heard. I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before. Okay, now this is, I think, before. Yeah, I think this is before. The only thing they have up on YouTube was not the Adam Pearce addressing the attack, because it's only like at the start of like the Masked Man stuff. So somebody tell me. I mean, Zeno Hour says he didn't hear it. Somebody else says they did admit it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some investigative journalism.
Yeah, we gotta do the investigating reporting and then report back to us tomorrow.
Maybe if I can remember to do all that. All right. Well, that was my moment though. That Logan Paul, from what I heard, admitted that they just attacked. They attacked Jey Uso, and then Paul Heyman had to try to course correct to say no.
It's like no, we didn't do that.
Did not say that.
No, we didn't say that. No. He didn't even attack him that much. Jey was back tonight.
Yeah, he was already back, right? Yeah, okay, hold on. I might have it. Hold on.
Okay. Here we go.
Hold on. Okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm wrong.
Okay.
All right. Unless they cut it out, but I do think I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I'll admit that I'm wrong. Yeah. I'll admit that I'm wrong. Whatever. Then my lack of hearing is my moment of Monday.
Oh man. Good episode of Monday Night Raw. Finally, I could say that after
that's because
not have any during Black History Month.
That's because Roman was in the building and Triple H was like, "Oh shit, I better make sure this show is good before Roman gets me fired for all my terrible ass ideas."
It was like I gave an awful show last time and Roman saved me. I might as well do a good show this time so he doesn't have to feel like he has all that pressure on him.
Results of our poll question: who won round 2? 47% CM Punk, 54%. I just dropped 46% CM Punk, 54% Roman Reigns. So
close race.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Roman. I think most people thought Roman won round 1. So yeah. Roman's up 2-0 at this point. I think a lot of people are going to give Punk yesterday because he got the last word and he got the big ooh. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it was a draw at best. I give a slight edge to Roman, but otherwise felt like a draw. What did we accomplish today, SP3?
We accomplished a lot. We talked about Love is Blind, and we ranked the 5 worst people on this season from Ohio and all the shenanigans that is Chris, one of the all-time greatest Love is Blind villains. We talked some NBA hoops, as we tend to do. We talked about drama going down, because good night, Maniacs. Don't work yourself into a work when you think you're working, and you work yourself into a shoot, brother. With Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And we talked about a good episode of Monday Night Raw, which we haven't talked about on this show since the January 20th edition of In the Weeds.
the biggest thing we accomplished today is that Harlem made us another Harlem special. And this wasn't as good as the first one, I gotta say.
No.
The first one I could get behind. I might have eaten the whole thing on the first one. This one, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Not this time.
No.
But Harlem, once again, a star of the show, as she always is.
She tends to steal the show every time she comes in.
SP3, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow me over on the True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel. I'll be live at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time with Top Guy JJ this week, talking all about last night's Monday Night Raw. I also got on Wednesday a preview for New Japan Cup with Jay News. We got AE Ramble, but I'll be here on Thursday as well for In the Weeds. And then Friday, we got a preview for NXT Vengeance Day, where I'll be with Corey Haynes for the first time on a podcast. So looking forward to that. Shout outs to Corey and shout outs to everybody else in the chat, not named Zeno Hour.
You should call him Philip. Go with Philip. That's much funnier than Phil. Yeah, he calls him Phil because I don't think he likes that. But Philip is so much better. Eddie Kingston calling him Philip is still one of my favorite things of all time. So, yeah, Philip. Guys, if you don't mind, I know I don't plug much, but I will plug this as there's something in my eye. Head over to roundtable.io/NBA. Click login, click join. You can log in through your Twitter account. You can log in or join through your email account. You don't have to give any other information. That's it. And it would just help me out. I would appreciate it if you would do that. That's where I do my all my basketball writing. So if you want to read the articles, that's fine. There's information there, but I just appreciate if you would join. And I can get a bonus because I enjoy having money. And no NXT preview. I don't know what they're doing on this show. The main event might end in a DQ, and I won't have to review this show tomorrow. So, here we go.
Look at my picture.
What you got? Oh,
Show the people. Oh, look at this.
Wow, that's a good picture.
It's a Harlem dollar.
Yeah. She's so excited over this. Oh my gosh. That pops me so much just how excited she is over this.
I sent it from my camera.
Oh, that's a nice camera.
Oh, look at this. Show the people. Your new camera.
That's a cool camera. I like that.
Look at that. Very cool.
Yeah. Take a selfie, SP3. Oh, look, it looks like you can put like a Santa Claus thing. Yeah, take a selfie.
Well, let's take a selfie. Yeah. How do you take a picture with this? I don't even know how you take a picture. Which button is it? Is it the star?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a selfie so people can see us.
Yeah, we can see it. Okay. Yep, that's framed well. Oh, no, she
you're
kind of moved out of frame.
Out the way. Come on.
She kind of moved out
You
of
gotta
frame.
take a selfie. No, right here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that's framed well. That's good.
There you go.
The Santa is kind of like in the middle, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There we go.
That's good.
Oh, it's coming out. This is cool. This is like a
like Prince. Yeah. Our kids got something very similar.
You're gonna rip out all the paper. You gotta tear it. Okay. All right, we're gonna show the people.
Yeah, I like the Santa framing. It's just chilling there.
All right, guys.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
She's so excited over this. Bless. All right. Thank you. Thank you as always, SP3. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern in the Weeds. Catch everybody then. Everyone have a good Tuesday.